Good morning, dear friends, dear viewers, and dear subscribers to my YouTube channel. Before I start, I would like to thank everybody for their likes, for their comments, and for their various sharing on other social media. The subject matter I have chosen today is on the use on two great words. Now those two words are very simple, but yet we fail to make an effective use of those two words in our daily lives. Now you must be wondering what could be two simple words that we don't make use of very often for several reasons. And this is what I shall explain to you today, so that you can use these two words more frequently and enjoy a better quality of life, and especially to attain peace of mind. Now, our parents are our first teachers. So in another way, we can also say that our parents are our first gurus, isn't it? But unfortunately, most parents do only the basic jobs of upbringing their children. This is because they themselves do not have access to higher knowledge, because they themselves have beliefs which sometimes are not correct, but they are simply unaware of it. Now, this is not a mistake to be unconscious of higher knowledge, but you should make an effort to understand that higher knowledge is available and which can help us to embark on a personal growth which will lead us to higher levels of consciousness, isn't it? So this is a bit the drama also of the world in which we are living, that our parents stick themselves to only the basic jobs. Of course, there are parents who strive to impart higher knowledge, spiritual values, higher beliefs to their children. And this is a remarkable task to do in this modern world. But if all parents could understand the importance of the two words that I am going to share with you, there would have been a lot of difference in this world. And this is the truth. So let us begin. The first word that everyone ought to make use of every day is the word sorry. Now, sorry is related to forgiveness. Forgiveness is a spiritual quality. You will be surprised to learn today from me that forgiveness is mentioned many times in all holy scriptures. Now, the Hindi word for forgiveness is kshama. Kshama means forgiveness. So, why should we use the word sorry on a regular basis in our lives? It is because when we say sorry, or when we say to somebody, please forgive me, I made a mistake, or if you shall say even, please forgive me, I committed a sin, it means that you are aware and you are conscious that you made a mistake. It means you are aware and you are conscious that you have committed a sin. So awareness means that you are operating at a higher level than other persons, isn't it? But this is very difficult to do, because people will tend to say that he is right and others are wrong. In any kind of conflict, everybody is right. Nobody is wrong, isn't it? So what happened that was wrong that created the conflict? Who was wrong? What went wrong? There should be someone who was wrong somewhere in an action or in a saying or in a word, isn't it? But the difficulty lies in accepting who went wrong, what went wrong. And to know that, you must be developed. You must possess spiritual qualities. And above all, you must have the capacity to listen. You will realize that in any conflict that you have, nobody listens. Everyone wants to talk. Everyone wants to shout. So why do you shout? Because you want to be heard and you don't want to listen. So the person shouting in any conflict is the one who wants to be heard, and he is the one or she is the one who needs to talk. Everybody should remain silent. But silence is golden. This is a very beautiful spiritual saying. When you remain silent, you develop the capacity to listen. And when you develop the capacity to listen, you develop also the capacity to understand. This is the basic rule. And the big problem on this earth is that people don't listen enough. They only want to talk. So coming back to the word sorry and expression of forgiveness, this is mentioned in all Holy Scriptures. Even Lord Jesus Christ said, forgive 7 times. When you have forgiven 7 times, forgive 77 times. And when you have forgiven 77 times, forgive 777 times. So what he means by that, keep forgiving. Never stop forgiving. So to forgive, you have to develop strong spiritual qualities. You have to remain calm. You have to understand the truth of the situation in which you are passing through. And there is only one way to do that, is to remain calm and silent. Forgiveness is very difficult to do for the reason that selfishness is ever present. For the reason that ego is also ever present. Very rarely people will accept that they have committed a mistake. Very rarely, even if they have accepted they have made a mistake, that they will ask for forgiveness. Now, to say I am sorry is one thing. And to say please forgive me, this is another thing. This is because when you say forgive, the strength is much, much higher. To say sorry is quite superficial. It is not profound. But when you say, please forgive me, this is absolute sorry. Sorry at a very high intensity. Then this message will go upwards. Then the Almighty will recognize that somebody is growing up. Somebody is realizing mistakes and sins and is asking for forgiveness. If you see religious films, you will see that even when people ask for forgiveness, they go down on their knees. Isn't it? You must have seen this. Now, going down on your knees is an act of humility. Just like some people are able to bend, to bow down, and to touch the feet of their spiritual masters in complete humility, others can't do it, even though they are students. They will find this difficult to do, to say, and to bow down and to say, please forgive me, or to show respect. Now imagine bowing down on your knees and bending your head and asking your hand by making this shape with your hands, which we call the Kshama posture. This is the ideal condition. But how many of you will be able to do this? So somebody will say, okay, I'm sorry, I've hurt you. Finished. End of story. it doesn't have any inner strength in that. Do you understand what I'm explaining to you? But if I do this and I say, please forgive me, I made a mistake, the intensity is different. But it will require a lot of inner strength and humility to do that. But start with the lowest level. Try to say, I am sorry. Try to say, I made a mistake. Try to acknowledge that you were wrong. Say it. You know, I was wrong in our conversation yesterday. You see, please, I'm sorry I used harsh words on you yesterday. That is the beginning. There is always a point to start, and there is other steps which are valuable for further growth. So one day you shall be able to say, please forgive me, in the right procedure, just like how I have explained to you. Then your life will change, because you will receive the blessings that are required. Because humility and simplicity are the hallmarks of spirituality. And the contrary is anti-spiritual. So, sorry and forgiveness. This is one of the words that you must try to make use of on a daily basis whenever the opportunity arises. Now, don't fool yourself in saying that you can commit any kind of mistakes and sins every day, any number of times, and then the antidote, like the antidote for a poison, is to ask for forgiveness and to say sorry. This will not function. This is the use of ego in spiritual practices, because somebody has stated that we should ask for forgiveness. Then I am allowed to make any number of mistakes and sins, because the solution is there. Spiritually, we are instructed to avoid mistakes and sins as far as possible. So just try to remember every time you have recognized you have made a mistake, please do say sorry. Please do apologize. Please do say, forgive me, I made a mistake. And you know the reason behind saying those words is what? When you have asked for forgiveness, when you have said those simple words, I am sorry, you are breaking the negative bond that exists between you and that event. You are breaking the negative bond that exists between you and all the persons in whom you were in conflict. Isn't this beautiful? If you don't say sorry, therefore, if you don't apologize and ask for forgiveness, it means you will stay connected with all the negativity that existed in whatever conflict you had. And this will keep you frustrated. And this will keep you tense. And this will give you sleepless nights. And this will make you angry. You understand the process I am explaining to you. So many people are in this process. It's like a vicious circle, like we call it. And that vicious circle is damaging. It will damage your health because you keep in touch with all negative emotions of the conflicts, because you have not said sorry, because you have not said, please forgive me. So you see, this is the kind of higher knowledge that is accessible to you. But remember also, knowledge without implementation is only entertainment. Don't be entertained by good words, good videos, and good thoughts. Put into action. The more you put into action, the more you will reap as good fruits, and the personal growth you will enjoy will be better for you. So this is the first word, to say sorry and to say, please forgive me, for the reasons I have stated. The second word which you must make use of on a daily basis, I think you have guessed it by now, it is the word thank you. This is a very small word, thank you. But there are also genuine thank you, non-genuine thank you, as well as there are genuine sorry and non-genuine sorry. So be very aware and conscious of this. Always use the genuine ones, not the non-genuine words. Now, why should we make use of the word thank you? This is for the simple reason that thank you expresses a very high spiritual quality. And that spiritual quality is called gratitude. You must have heard about this word. Gratitude means that I am thankful and I recognize that I have received a blessing, that I am thankful for all the good things that are happening in my life, that I recognize all the good persons who are in my life and who are helping me. This is the meaning of gratitude. Sometimes we forget that we have many blessings in our lives for the reason that we are impatient, for the reason that we are greedy. We want more and more and more. We are not satisfied. This is a big problem in the modern world. People are rarely satisfied. A satisfied person is a calm person. A satisfied person is at peace. A satisfied person does not have running desires like a mad dog. So when will you be satisfied? It is a mental condition, isn't it? Now, coming back to the expression of gratitude and saying thank you. You know, it takes a little of intelligence, it takes a little of willpower to say thank you throughout the day. You can thank your mother for the good food she has prepared for you. You can thank your father for the money he has brought in the house to buy you all the things you have. You can thank a taxi driver who has driven you safely at your destination. And the list is very long. I'm sure you understand where I want you to come, where I want you to focus your mind. Because we forget these little things. So for some people, saying thank you is quite natural. And for others, it is just forgetfulness. I don't need to say thank you. He is paid for that. That is her duty. Why should I say thank you? Isn't it? Some people think like this. You have been paid for what I asked you to do, so there is no reason for me to say thank you. That was your duty. And this is where we make the horrible mistake. Thank you is like a smile from your heart, isn't it? And if there is even a smile on your face when you say thank you, the other person will receive a lot of light, a lot of love, a feeling of being appreciated. And that is a wonderful feeling. I'm sure you have experienced that. And you must have also experienced the contrary when you were expecting a thank you and you didn't get it. How bored you were, how angry you were, how frustrated you were. Because you didn't get the thank you were expecting. So thank you with a smile is a great therapy. In itself, smiling makes you healthier. If you are not aware of this, let me tell you, the more you smile, the healthier you shall be. And if you can laugh also, that also is a great therapy to remain healthy. Do you know people laugh very little now? You only see faces that are, all laid off with frustrations, anger, and all kind of negative emotions. But be smiling. Say thank you with a smile. And most important, my message to you when you pray in the morning or in the evening, before you start complaining, please make it a habit to say thank you first for all the blessings and the good things you have in your life. This is the first step in praying. Say thank you first. Express the gratitude. Then after that you can complain. But most of us, what we do, as soon as we sit down in our prayer room or we are in a religious place, we start complaining. You have the right to complain, but it is also your duty to say thank you, to express gratitude. Don't forget this. Saying thank you is a very, very powerful tool to make you a different person, to make you grow personally, to make you become mature. Because when you are aware that there are good things in your life, it means you are growing up. It means your consciousness is changing. Because for the unconscious persons, the good things are there also in their lives, because nobody is 100% happy in this life, and nobody is also 100% unhappy in this life. There is always a mix. So when you are going through good phases in your life, always say thank you to all those who have contributed to that. But above all, say thank you to the Creator who has given you all those good things, isn't it? Don't forget this. Because when He will receive the message that you are saying thank you regularly, then you will receive loads of blessings. So you see how thank you is important in the life of human beings. So here we are today for this message. Those two words which you must make use of very regularly, that is saying sorry, please forgive me, and also saying thank you. Now thank you can also elaborate on that. You can say, I appreciate a lot what you have done for me. It's a way of thanking with greater power. So appreciation gives a greater bonding between two or more persons. It's like a cement which comes to consolidate the relationship you have. Because, it is not easy to hear only frustrations every day, to hear only negative comments. There are good comments which you can make use of, but you fail to use it. You fail to understand and remember that you can also make polite comments to other persons in your lives. And I think that is what people are expecting from others and which they don't get. You remain thirsty and hungry for good words of appreciation, for kind words, because this is a very good medicine to your mental and emotional health. Kind words. Kind words are very, very nice when it comes to your ears, isn't it? So try to make use more often of those two words and see how your life changes. Surprise your environment by saying sorry, by apologizing, by saying thank you all the time, and you will see how a toxic environment can change into a peaceful and harmonious environment. And this is my blessing to all of you, that you live a peaceful and harmonious life. Thank you for your attention.